Does Devin Haney have a concerning hand injury, guys? If you guys have been watching the DAZN promotion, obviously the second episode just came out, and I couldn't help but notice, all the lead up. They're doing great promotion in the episodes of it, and I noticed that in a scene they panned to a scene where Devin Haney was in the gym and he was with his physical therapist. The girl that basically takes care of any kind of injury, kind of like massages it, rubs it out, whatever the case may be. And she was asking Devin about his hand, saying, is this too intense, is there pain here? And he was like, no, it's actually been feeling better. But like I saw that. You guys can go, it's about like 4 minutes into the DAZN episode 2 of the lead up for Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, and you can see Devin visibly kind of looking at the hand, and I'm not sure. It's just weird to see. Why would that be put in the video? There's very limited scenes of these fighters talking, and in this one scene he's kind of saying the hand's feeling better. So that's good if there is an injury, but ultimately, should we be worried about this? Is this something that we should expect to see impact his performance in the fight? I don't know, to be honest with you guys. I'm not sure what to make of that. It was just weird. Like, why is that even a scene? Like, there are certain scenes where it could just be like the therapist or the physical therapist, the trainer, could just be massaging it, but there could be no volume. But there was actual volume, and it just stood out to me. Maybe I'm reaching. Could I be reaching? It's very possible, but I notice things like that, and I always take into account. We've watched a lot of boxing matches where we see a certain fighter not fight the way they're supposed to. Take Shakur versus De Los Santos. In his most recent performance, Shakur revealed that he had a messed up hand after the fact, and he didn't look that good. And some people argued that he just ran the whole fight and it wasn't a great performance. It wasn't his best performance, that's for sure, but he did have a hand injury going into that fight. And then you take Tank and Isaac Cruz. Tank also had a hand injury going into that fight, and out of all the injuries you could possibly have, you definitely don't want a hand injury in the sport of boxing. So hopefully that's not an actual concern. Hopefully, like, maybe she was just massaging his hand, he was feeling a little sore. I'm hoping that's the case, because I don't want to hear any excuses from either side, because ultimately Devin Haney's the safe pick. But for you people betting on Ryan Garcia, maybe place a little extra money on that, because who knows what that scene could have meant. Go watch it yourselves and come back and let me know. But to my knowledge, you don't just say like it's feeling a lot better unless this was a concern. I'm not sure when that scene was filmed in terms of how far it was into his training camp. Maybe it was just an issue early on in the camp and they're just showing it now. But it was just weird to me. I didn't like it. I don't like it, period, just because, like, even if it is an injury or it's not an injury, this kind of, the footage should be reviewed. And like the fact that it could be a potential excuse. I'm not saying Devin's faking it. I know how Devin is. He's the most hard-working fighter in the game of boxing right now. But I'm just saying, if this is an injury and then we see Devin Haney not have the performance we're expecting him to have come April 20th in Brooklyn, there's going to be speculation. People are going to go back to that footage and say, maybe there was something wrong. And it's just one of those things where you could kind of get the footage. This happened before the fight even took place, so it's not an excuse. It's proven. So that's the kind of thing that I anticipate, because I've seen it so many times in this sport. We think these fighters are going into fights 100%, but the reality of it is that that's rarely true. I'm sure Ryan Garcia may not be 100% going into this fight either. It's just the way the sport of boxing is. He talked about the injury with Tank. You guys have to realize that, in the sport of boxing, it's very taxing. It takes a toll on the body. So, rarely are these fighters going into fight night feeling their best. And that's just the truth. That's the hard truth of the sport of boxing. Like, you put all these miles in every single day. You're going on 5-6 mile runs. Then you're hitting another workout, 2 to 3 workouts a day, eating clean, and at the same time shredding and losing, coming down in weight. So of course it's going to take a toll on the body. As much as nutrition as you can gain from having a clean diet and going down in weight, there are a lot of factors in the sport of boxing that make you weaker. So Devin Haney does have an injury that could mean a lot of trouble coming his way, because Ryan Garcia is obviously very determined. He wants to avenge that loss that he got against Tank, and he wants to eventually earn that rematch. He doesn't want to just be a social media public figure, because honestly, he could make a lot of money doing that. It's a fact that Ryan Garcia wants to continue to accomplish his goals in the sport of boxing. But yeah, I don't know. It was weird to me. Like, I don't know. I could be like reaching. You guys are gonna say, you know, I'm clickbaiting. But I don't think I'm clickbaiting, because I'm genuinely like, what was that scene? Just go on DAZN, the most recent, you know, episode of, you know, their fight camp, the promotional lead up on DAZN, the YouTube channel. Go about 4 minutes in, you'll see that what I'm talking about. You'll see the therapist rubbing his hand, and it was a short scene, but it was just like, why was that even included? Because like it sounds like there's a potential injury there, and maybe it's not. Maybe it was just something that was a little bit sore, but still, I think it was just a weird scene to put into the lead up, because, you know, that could, you know, sway how we're thinking about it. Now I'm like, should we expect Ryan Garcia to have a better performance, you know, than we're thinking? You know, I'm here to talk to you guys because, you know, I'm going to tell you guys everything I notice, you know, no matter how small the detail is about this fight, because it all plays a role in my thought process on how the fight's going to go. Because, you know, as much as I think that Devin Haney is going to dominate this fight, you know, little things like this can really sway how we see the fight. And a lot of people are just going to see the fight night version of what happens, but there's a lot that goes on in camp behind the scenes that no fans really even get to see. So to see that glimpse, I'm honestly, you know, I'm happy I saw it, but at the same time, like, why was it put into, you know, the documentary footage of, you know, the lead up for the fight? Because if I saw it in a random video, that'd make more sense to me. But, you know, you have to remember, this footage is rewatched before they, you know, put it and release it to the public. And for that little clip to be in, it just felt weird. It gave me weird vibes. I don't know. Maybe this is a good thing for those who bet on Ryan Garcia. Maybe you place a little bit more money now that, you know, you've looked at that. But yeah, judge for yourself. Tell me if I'm tripping. Call me out. Let me know if you think I'm stretching the story here. But it was just weird. Like, I rarely see that in these lead up promotion videos where it's kind of like a 24/7 fight camp episode for Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. I hope it doesn't affect, you know, anything in the fight, but hopefully this was like a long time ago and it's not even a potential concern anymore. But Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, scheduled for April 20th. You know, we're less than 10 days away. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a great fight. But, you know, let me know in the comments, guys. Check that episode out and then come back and let me know if you think I'm tripping or not, because it was a little bit weird to me to see Devin Haney, you know, talking about his hand. I hope nothing's wrong, because it was his right hand, and we all know that that's his dominant hand. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.